Claressa Shields versus Savannah Marshall. This could be one of the best boxing events for the women's game of all time. You've got the GOAT, Claressa Shields, 3-weight world champion, 2-weight undisputed champion, as she tried to become a 3rd time undisputed champion against a formidable opponent in Savannah Marshall, who prior to the pro game beat her in the amateurs. That was her only loss. You've got puncher in Savannah Marshall versus the boxer in Claressa Shields. This isn't a foregone conclusion. I know Savannah Marshall has beaten some tomato cans. She has got some padded record to an extent. You also got to factor in she's got tremendous amount of power. I know she hasn't beaten top level opponents. Well, her best opponent was against Hannah Rankin in 2020. Regardless of that, the power is still there, and in the women's game there isn't a lot of female boxers with a lot of power, maybe because of the 2-minute round factor as well. Her power for me is unquestionable. It's a bit like Deontay Wilder, but it's for me unquestionable. Regards to Claressa Shields, for me, one of the best female fighters of all time. In fact, I would go as far as saying this: if I had to comprise a men and women's power for power list based on their resume and based on their accolades and achievements, she would be top 3, top 5 at least. 2-weight undisputed, and she's about to become 3rd as well, and beating a formidable opponent in Savannah Marshall. For me, you're definitely top 3 boxers in the world right now. I know, she doesn't get the recognition that maybe she deserves, but most certainly will be arguably the best women of all time, and definitely up there in the top 3 boxers of today. But if I had to describe who do I think is going to win, in my opinion, I think Claressa Shields is going to win this fight. Even though she beats the top level opponents, I think that when you got that level of skill and you can take a punch, because I think Claressa can also take a punch as well, it makes it difficult to string an argument for Savannah Marshall to not only trap her, but effectively land on Claressa Shields and maim her unconscious. To me, it's a bit far-fetched in my opinion from where I'm sitting, because this lady in Claressa Shields moves around the ring, in and out of range. She's got every punch selection is pretty much crisp, and yes, she has got tremendous amount of power, but to beat Savannah Marshall, you really don't. You can just outbox her for 12 rounds and you won the fight on points. So in my opinion, I'm sticking to my guns from the get-go. Claressa Shields to win against Savannah Marshall on points. On the undercard, you also have Alycia Baumgardner versus Mikaela Mayer. These two, I would say, are the most highly rivaled fighters of today's game. I've the back and forth on a regular basis. It's more than I've seen in any weight class amongst men and women. These two really don't like each other. I don't know what it is. I really don't know what it is. But these two don't like each other. But Baumgardner is coming off a good win against Terri Harper, a really good Terri Harper. Terri Harper's no bum. She's a very good fighter. Mikaela Mayer, questionable win against Hamaduchi. I think that in this fight in particular, and maybe I'm going with my eyes, I'm going to say Alycia Baumgardner wins by way of knockout in this fight. Her knockout against Terri Harper, for me, was a nominee for knockout of the year. I think I had it in my OTC awards last year. That was definitely up there for knockout of the year. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Who's going to win against Alycia Baumgardner versus Mikaela Mayer, as well as Savannah Marshall versus Claressa Shields? Put it in the comment section below. Peace, love, and prosperity. And I'm going to see you in the next video. Peace.